Good morning, everyone. We're going to get started right now. Before I get into my official spiel, I want to say thank you so much to Sandra Rowe and the members of the GBBC for giving me the mic. I'm going to have way too much fun with this today. So anyway, everybody, I want to welcome you guys. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and participants. Good morning, and welcome to Global Blockchain Business Council's 6th annual Blockchain Central UNGA. Can we get a round of applause? Very nice, very nice. Especially this early in the morning. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. So we've got a packed day ahead, and it's going to be filled with lots of insightful discussion and meaningful interactions. And I do mean meaningful. To kick it off, we have Sandra Rowe, CEO of the GBBC. Thank you, Sandra. Come on up.
Thank you, Emma. And as our ambassador to the metaverse and also a member of GBBC, board director of tokens.com and many other roles that you play in the space, we appreciate you taking the MC role this morning. Welcome everyone. To those in the live stream, welcome from New York City. We are very honored and also privileged to be in the offices of Hogan Lovells in New York, Madison Avenue. We are going to have hundreds of people coming in and out all day today, as well as an evening reception. I just want to take a few moments to thank not only the Hogan Lovells team, but all of our sponsors and partners who have been able to make today happen. Without them, we would not be able to do this. So we are grateful to our community. There are a series of announcements which will also be made today. I know we will be discussing some pretty heavy topics, around the SDGs. The world might seem very dark and bleak sometimes, and I bet if I quizzed any one of you, you'd be able to name 3 crises going on right now off the top of your heads or from anywhere around the world. There's many more than just 3. But here's the thing. The power of people, I truly believe, and the power of collective mission is something that we have seen over and over again when people come together. And so I want us to think about how each one of us, not alone, but collectively together can share ideas and make things happen. And some of the things that are going to be happening, I want to be able to, and I need to look down because we actually have quite a few things. So number one, GBBC is very proud to announce that our GBBC Ambassador 2024 program the application process will be released for applications next month. So please look out for that. We have 231 ambassadors currently across 109 jurisdictions and disciplines. And all year long, we get asked, how do I become a GBBC ambassador? Well, we have an application process now. So if you know someone, if you would like to apply, please do. That enrollment will start in October, or that process will start in October. Another very exciting pilot program that we will be initiating, first out of the US, but eventually and hopefully abroad, is a high school, Gen Z, if you want to call it that, work study credit program. So what we will be doing is actually partnering with, and I've got Tamara here from the mayor's office in Washington, DC, who will be working with us to identify a high school in areas that typically do not get technology opportunities. And so we will be looking to take in 2 students and hopefully more over time, but to offer young people early access to not only learning about this technology, but also making sure that they get opportunities for internships and hopefully future jobs in this space. So we will be starting that program. In terms of reports, we have a lot of reports dropping today and recently. So I just want to say, I will not front run some of the folks who are on the ESG side and the sustainability side, but there is a carbon emissions report that's coming out. There's a digital reporting measurement verification framework coming out. And we've also got, for those who have not seen it, a total value locked from DeFi to TradFi real world assets report. And also with RMIT University, we have with the Blockchain Infrastructure Forum, we've actually put out a report on proof of stake validators. For the first time, survey was done and a report was put together on where the validators are on governance. So if you are interested in any of these reports, please look on our website and or reach out to us if you can't find it readily. So those reports are either have been dropped or forthcoming today. Further, we've got a great announcement to make with the United Nations World Food Program. We have a press release that will be coming out later today related to our Food for Crisis initiative. For those of you who were at dinner with us last night, you already know about this, but we will be actually formalizing that with a public announcement later today. And finally, I'm going to hand over to Sharon Lewis, who will say a few words next. But what I really want to do is to actually congratulate her because she will be one of our next GBBC board directors coming on board in the next few months, but it's become official just very recently. So Sharon Lewis, I welcome you up here. She is a partner financial services sector head. She's based in Paris and London and has been not only a leading light on the legal side, but also a great supporter of the GBBC and the GBBC digital finance teams. And we are grateful to you, Sharon, for this space and for the support. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all online today. What more to say after such a lovely introduction? It's wonderful to be with you in this very busy week in New York. I'd like to take a moment just to show my appreciation to Sandra and the rest of the GBC board, not only for their warm welcome, but actually for the years of support and partnership that GBBC has shown to Hogan Lovells as we've pursued our common goals. They've been consistently at the forefront of conversations surrounding the impact of global transformation across finance, as well as how these technologies may be leveraged to promote a better, more sustainable and more equal world. I'm therefore delighted to join the GBBC board and look forward to working closely with everybody. UNGA's theme this year is focused on the importance of building trust. This so happens to be a topic that my colleagues know is very important to me. And we've been working, and you'll see in the audience today, a number of my colleagues from London, Frankfurt, New York, Washington, here to talk to you. They'll be here to tell you that digital trust is very much at the top of our agenda. So much so that in a few weeks' time, we'll be launching a digital trust white paper, examining how trust is created in a digital world across multiple sectors and industries. And so please do talk to us about that. I think it will be a fascinating read. As you'll hear across the conversations today, blockchain, digital assets, AI, and digital ID have an important role to play in driving all 17 of the Sustainable Development Goals. This will not, however, be successful without digital trust. From the Luddites onwards, distrust in new technologies is an age-old problem, and one we will forever have to consider. This trust does not always follow reason. Many of us are happy to share most of their lives or our lives on a public Instagram account, but perhaps less to be convinced by online banking. Trust is also fragile. Over the past few years, the digital assets ecosystem has enjoyed growing trust, both in the form of institutionalization and the careful and considered attention of regulators and policymakers. The current market turmoil has shown that this trust is not to be taken for granted, and that 2 steps forwards can be 1 giant step back. So trust, regardless of industry or sector, is also fragile and irrational. But as our lives increasingly become more online, whether in finance, medicine, social political activities, we will need to build trust into a system that is deeply complex and growing at an extraordinary pace, despite what regulators may think. So what can the industrial revolutions of before teach us about what we can do to engender strong foundation. 3 elements come to mind: consistency, risk assessment and adjustment, and communication. First, consistency and predictability are crucial to building trust in both machines and people. With a wide adoption of large language models like ChatGPT, there has become doubt and uncertainty as to the future impact of AI, particularly with regard to its predictability and bias. The DeFi space is pondering a similar question. Standards development is central to building this consistency across new and developing industries. This is true not just of top-down regulation, but also in the form of industry standards, which is where bodies like GBBC perform such an important role. Second, risk adjustment and assessment. Even if you're not a full Luddite, you could have found yourself questioning the unintended consequences of the stocking frames, whether the long-term impact on the labour market or the safety risks of machinery of the Industrial Revolution. The leaders of digital transformation will need to carefully consider how we mitigate these risks, such as threats to privacy or the risks of illicit financial activities. That's always been there. It will just be exacerbated. Third, good PR. Communication and education is at the heart of building trust. Some technologies enjoy better PR than others. It is up to all of us to drive the coherent, balanced, and respectful conversations that engage a diverse group of participants in shaping the digital world. These 3 pillars will not happen in a vacuum. Technology is simply a tool. It can be used for good or bad. To ensure that it's used for good and to further the SDGs, we need to be coordinated and active in our commitment to building trust. The GBBC community and events like Blockchain Central UNGA bring together innovation and expertise needed to build this momentum and drive digital trust. As you hear more about the projects leveraging digital transformation today, I ask you to consider with each panel, how can we be more proactive in building a trustworthy digital world? How can we ensure that consumers, when faced with these new technologies, we've built a solid foundation on which to withstand the ebbs and flows of digital adoption? And with that, I hope you have all the information and the most thought-provoking day. And I look forward to discussing some of these subjects with you as we work more closely in the future. So thank you.